Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. This is TJ's Take, episode 38. How y'all feel about Jon Moxley / Dean Ambrose? The way he left WWE, the way he presents himself after he's in WWE, and I don't know, just his comments on a podcast and all that good stuff. So, yep, I might not get very many viewers this time because this is kind of something I'm passionate about, wrestling. Maybe I'll get a bunch. I mean, there's a lot of WWE fans out there. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. But yeah, WWE fans, give your opinion. All that good stuff. So, anyway, like I said, TJ's Take, episode 38. Give your opinions on Dean Ambrose, the way he left the company. And he went on a podcast and kind of started talking negative about WWE. Let's be real, people. It's kind of a CM Punk type of thing. I'm one of the biggest fans in the world of CM Punk, and I don't really know if I like. What up, Alex? How you doing, buddy? I don't really like how CM Punk left the company, so I know there's a bunch of CM Punk haters out there, and this TJ's Take isn't about CM Punk, but what up, Jason? How you doing? This is about Dean Ambrose / Jon Moxley. Well, he kind of left the company the same way. What up, Adam? What up, Cody? And then he went on a podcast and he started talking negative about WWE's product. I don't know, man. It's like, and then now everybody's, he just said WWE doesn't have a good creative program, doesn't have good writers. I mean, let's get real. I went back to the CM Punk reference just because he kind of did the same thing. It's like, if you were never in WWE, you wouldn't be as big as you are today. I mean, come on. I get it that you could be the king of independent wrestling, the little small podunk wrestling organizations, and don't get me wrong, I like those. We got New Japan Pro Wrestling. It's good. You got Ring of Honor. You got TNA. You have Evolve Wrestling. You have AEW, who is now current, who everybody thinks is going to compete with WWE. Now, what up, Latasha? How you doing? What up, Christopher? Or Chris Hendricks? What's up, dude? Yeah, see you in a couple days, bro. But yeah, ultimately, I think it's kind of BS. What up, Chase? I think it's kind of BS. What up, Leanna? I hope I pronounced that right. Amber, how you doing? I don't know. I like Ambrose, Moxley, whatever you want to call him. I figured he'd go back to his original name, Jon Moxley. And he is right about some of that podcast. Don't get me wrong. I just think if he was never in WWE, his image, his persona, his hardcore style, everything about the guy wouldn't be as big as it is today. I get it. WWE is probably not the greatest place in the world to work for, but who likes their job? I mean, maybe if you're a tattoo artist and you get to do what you want all day, you like your job, but even those guys probably hate their job sometimes. So, it's if you don't like the company you work for, it's just like working at McDonald's. Quit. You don't have to talk trash about your job. Just quit. Go somewhere else. That's what he should have done, is just quit and been like, okay, thank you, WWE, for the time that you gave me. That's it. And that's my ultimate opinion. CM Punk probably could have did the same thing. Yes, maybe he wrestled injured. Maybe he didn't like the company. Maybe they hid his injuries or whatever he said on Colt Cabana's podcast. But, ultimately he could have just left and been like, okay, I don't really like the company. I'm out of here. I'm gone. And that's the same what I feel about Mr. Jon Moxley. Great wrestler. Great sports entertainer. Let me take that back, A lot of people are like, oh, WWE's fake. Well, it may be fake, but it's entertaining to watch. So he's a great sports entertainer. And I don't know. Seth Rollins did an interview a couple days ago with this little local sports company, and they asked him his opinion because him, Roman Reigns, and Jon Moxley, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Jon Moxley, Dean Ambrose were the Shield. And, there's a bunch of people out there right now on podcasts and on social media and just going trolling the internet saying that Dean Ambrose was never as big of a star as Seth Rollins. That's why Seth Rollins is saying that WWE is the best product out there. It whips every wrestling on the planet. What up, Ashley? How you doing? I mean, in his own right, he's probably correct. I mean, WWE is the major leagues of wrestling. So, I mean, whether people like their company or hate their company, that's where you become a star. I mean, you can become a star in New Japan or AEW or whatever, but most of them guys are established through the WWE. And, since this podcast is about Jon Moxley, Dean Ambrose, he did establish himself in WWE. It's, yeah, I just think Seth Rollins said he kind of took his ball and he went home, or he left. And that's kind of true, and that's quoting Vince McMahon 10 years ago, what he said to Stone Cold Steve Austin. Actually, I think he said it to a bunch of people. No, he said it to The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. What up, Nettie? How you doing? But, it is what it is. Seth Rollins is the Universal Champion, so he's on top of the business. So, of course, he's going to defend his company, I mean, if you don't defend the company, WWE, that you work for, that's probably career suicide, It's like, yes, Dean Ambrose, I am your buddy, but I am the champ of this company, and we're the best. I'll give it to Dean Ambrose. Jon Moxley, I'll give it to him. He made his debut in Ring of Honor, or not Ring of Honor, maybe Ring of Honor. I don't know if he went there. I think maybe he did, yes. Because I think he went to Ring of Honor and DDT'd, or Dirty Deeds, or whatever he calls it now. He gave that to Enzo and Big Cass XL, or whatever he calls himself now. But he also made his debut in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he also made his debut in AEW earlier this month, I think it was, or last month, or at the end of last month, at their pay-per-view when Chris Jericho was facing Kenny Omega. Chris Jericho beat Kenny Omega, and then Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley came through the crowd and DDT'd them both. DDT'd Kenny Omega up on the stage setup, speakers, whatever you want to call it. So, I mean, yes, he's making himself a huge star on the independent scene. Good for him. I just don't agree with these wrestlers or these sports entertainers that go from WWE and then want to talk trash about WWE. It's like, I get it. Maybe it's not the greatest company to work for, but without WWE, you wouldn't be as big as you are today, And like I said, not everybody's going to be interested in this topic. It's just something that I kind of wanted to talk about because, I don't know, I'm passionate about sports entertainment. Yeah, I mean, I hope this AEW product gets a bunch more good wrestlers, and maybe even CM Punk will debut in there or come in there and do a promo or something. I don't know. But, yeah, Ambrose, come on, dude. Jon Moxley, come on, man. You're one of the best wrestlers in the world, and y'all want to sit here. What up, Ryan? How you doing? Ryan Moore, you never watch these, so I talk about something you want to hear about, and you log on, huh? That's cool, buddy. Thanks a lot. But yeah, it's a thing where, okay, you don't like your company, then just leave, man. Just leave. You don't have to talk shit, talk trash, whatever you call it. Sorry, I cussed. But I don't know, and everybody doesn't know what goes on behind closed doors. But I mean, come on. People are saying on the internet, "Oh, Rollins and Reigns were always pushed to the top, and Ambrose was pushed to the bottom." Come on, people. Let's get real. The Shield debuted in 2012 or 2011, and they debuted on the main roster, and they've been pushed to the top since they debuted. I mean, every single one of those guys have been pushed straight to the top of the wrestling business. Every time people heard the Shield, people had good numbers in wrestling and everything like that. So, you can't sit here and say, "Oh, Reigns and Rollins." Yeah, Alex, I figured you'd give me a comment about CM Punk. Yeah, Alex, you can say whatever you want about CM Punk. He was good, though, It's like he was very entertaining. And like I said, there's people that like him. There's people that don't like him, So, I don't know. I mean, I like Ambrose. I think Ambrose is very good. I think he's very entertaining. When he showed up at AEW's pay-per-view, that's just one of them get-off-your-couch kind of moments, man. It's like, whoa, that was unexpected. I mean, I think everybody expected something like that to go down, but you're like, oh, maybe he's not going to debut that fast in AEW, but that's cool. I mean, I like it. It was a get off your butt and pay attention to what's going on type of thing, And Alex, the only reason I made reference to CM Punk is because he did the same thing to the company. It's like, Tara, what's up? So, I mean, Alex, yes, you have your own. Yeah, Ryan, I'd like to see that. I mean, like I said, there's a bunch of people that hate CM Punk or they like him. I just think he's a good sports entertainer. Now, MMA fighter, the guy's garbage. Straight up garbage. So, for me to even bet on that guy, which I did, I don't know. I must have been freaking sipping on the grandpa's cough syrup or something because he was garbage at MMA. But he's a good sports entertainer. And so, I mean, I believe that about Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley. He's one of the greatest wrestlers on the planet right now. One of the hottest. What's up, Josh? How you doing? One of the hottest items in all of wrestling. I truly believe that. But it's like, just be quiet, man. I mean, come on. If it wasn't for WWE, you wouldn't be as hot as you already are. You wouldn't be a main eventer at AEW's pay-per-view. I don't really believe that. But it's like since the Shield era, I mean, all of them guys are red freaking hot. Roman Reigns could quit WWE, he'd be top card at any wrestling program in the world. Seth Rollins could quit WWE, he'd be any top card in the world. So, I mean, I get that he didn't like the company, he didn't like where creative talent was going with the company. And I mean, come on, everybody knows WWE has slow points and then they get red hot, and then they bring out The Undertaker, and they bring up ratings, or they bring out Goldberg, or they bring back CM Punk or some huge star like that, and they get back in the top of things. It's like, I think that's just the way they do things. Not everything's going to be great at all times. So, it's like, come on, Moxley. You're the man, dude. So just own up to it that you're the man and just go do your business elsewhere, man. Give your brothers or your buddies in the Shield, just be like, hey, we're all doing pretty good in our lives. I went in a different direction, and I'm doing great, and you guys are doing great too, So, I don't know. Does anyone else have any opinions about it besides maybe CM Punk sucks or what? So, it's, I don't know. I just read a bunch of stuff about it last night, and I was like, man, I just don't get it. You know, it's like it's one of the best wrestling companies in the world. Whether it's great to work for, who cares? You know, it's still one of the best wrestling organizations on the planet, if not the best, because it's so mainstream, you know? I mean, let's think about it. How many WWE, WWF fans are out in the world? There's a lot of them that don't admit that they're WWE or WWF fans, but they are. You know, it's like my mom, back when I was a kid, we went to a wrestling deal at Vets Auditorium. We saw Hulk Hogan. What up, Jesse? How you doing, man? We saw Hulk Hogan versus the Big Boss Man in a steel cage, and Zeus came out because it was right around the time No Holds Barred, the movie, came out. And my mom said to me after the show, because I got to sit like front row and bring one of my family members down like every 20 minutes, and we just switched seats beside me, you know. And she said it's one of the greatest things she's ever seen live. You know, she hates sports entertainment, hates WWE, but she said it was one of the most fabulous things she's ever went to live in her life. So, you know, it is entertaining. I know there's people out there that just despise it, but yeah. If you've ever watched wrestling and you ever watched The Shield, probably one of the greatest three-way tag teams, threesomes of all time. I mean, you got a couple teams there, you know, the Fabulous Freebirds and, you know, teams like that, and you got teams in other wrestling promotions that hold the Triple Crown title or whatever they call that, where it's three men and they have a title for it. I mean, New Japan's got one. Ring of Honor's got one. I think AEW might be in the process of having one. So, I mean, if the Shield, at their hottest moment in time, wanted to take on any team in the world, which I get it's scripted, but they want to take on any team in the world, they're all them guys are super talented. I mean, you got Moxley, Dean Ambrose, super good. I mean, the guy had the WWE title 3 or 4 times, had the Intercontinental title 4 or 5 times, had the United States title 2 or 3 times, had the tag team title 2 or 3, 4 times. Then you got Reigns, who is the big dog. It's his yard, I guess. The guy is also excellent. You know, whether you love or hate him, he's good. He's good. He's a top guy, you know. And then you got Rollins, who is right up there about the same. They've all won the WWE Championship about 3 or 4 times. They're all Triple Crown winners, I think. You know, they won every single belt in WWE. So to say that Jon Moxley didn't get pushed as hard as the other two, I don't know. I think that's a matter of opinion, you know. I mean, let's not cry over spilled milk, people. They all were pushed pretty hard. Maybe one of them's pushed harder than the other one, yes. But they were all pushed pretty hard. They were all meant to be top guys from the moment they debuted. So, yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know. But that's been my sound off on the whole thing. I mean, Ryan Moore, if you're still watching this, which I don't even know how Alex is still watching, so Ryan's probably hearing it. But Ryan, if you're still watching, yeah, CM Punk, AEW Chicago, that would be great. Now, do I think CM Punk will come back? No, probably not. Maybe sometime. Probably not going to come back to nothing huge. He probably would go to AEW or Ring of Honor or something weird like that. Supposedly there's a rumor that he showed up at a little show and wore a mask. And they've confirmed it was CM Punk. He ran in the ring and gave some dude to go to sleep because a bunch of his buddies were on that card. So he's like, whatever, barf. Yeah, okay. Alex, I know you hate CM Punk, man, but it would be cool. It would be cool, and you know it'd be good for the business if he showed up. Now, you probably want to see him show up and Jon Moxley gives him the dirty deeds right in the middle of the ring. But that's cool. I mean, everybody's got the right to their own opinion, you know, and my opinion's going to be stronger because I have CM Punk right here on my arm. So, you know, right there, baby. CM Punk all the way. So, yeah. It's, I'm a fan. So, I mean, that doesn't mean everybody's got to be a fan. What up, Randy? How you doing? That doesn't mean everybody's got to be a fan of old CM Punk, Mr. Phil Brooks himself, but I am. So, I must be a fan of wrestling, huh? Andre the Giant and the Macho Man. Ooh, yeah. Now, I don't know, since I got a couple wrestling fans on here, Alex, Adam McVeigh, who would you guys like to see in All Elite Wrestling? Since apparently CM Punk's barf material, who would you guys like to see debut in AEW and just steal the show? You like that? Whoever's watching this, do you like that? How I just referenced steal the show? Because I kind of think Mr. Dolph Ziggler will be in AEW. I really do. That's a Wrestling Observer TJ's take right there. You know, Mr. Show Off, you can't handle this, should debut in AEW. He's the man. I mean, if you look at Dolph Ziggler's credits in wrestling, he kind of does have a good pedigree. I mean, the guy's a 8-time Intercontinental Champion. He's a 2 or 3-time WWE Champion. He's a multiple-time Tag Team Champion. He is a stud, honestly. I mean, you either love him or hate him, but he's still a stud. So, that's a guy I'd like to see in AEW. I mean, what up, Gerald? How you doing? But yeah, I'd like to throw some names out there that haven't been seen for a while. Would be cool to see in AEW. I think Shinsuke Nakamura would be cool in AEW. Shinsuke and Kenny Omega, that'd be a way sweet match. I mean, I think it probably happened in New Japan, but it'd be cool to see in the States. So, don't quote me on that. I don't know if it happened in New Japan or not. I know he was the light heavyweight champion or whatever the heck that was, but I just like it that, I mean, in all honesty, I like it that sports entertainers have somewhere else to go than WWE. That is way cool. So, I mean, if you're bored with WWE as a whole and WWF, whatever you want to call it, what up, Jackie? I mean, you can turn it to other channels and watch something else. I mean, that's cool. I mean, back in the day, it was only WCW and WWE, you know, the Monday Night Wars. Now you got New Japan, who's kind of mainstream. You got TNA, who's kind of mainstream. You got Ring of Honor. You got WWE. You got AEW. You got Evolve. You got NWA. I mean, come on. There's just a bunch of them. So that's good for any wrestling fan or sports entertainment fan. But, yeah, Jon Moxley, you should have just took your ball and ran with it, buddy. Let's just keep the comments to yourself. I get it that they weren't pushing you creatively like you wanted to be pushed, but you were pushed before that. Trust me, dude. And the thing about WWE is weird. It's like they have so much freaking talent, they can't push every guy to the top. Not at all times. So, but yeah. Anyway, thank you all for watching. This has been TJ's Take, episode 38. What y'all feel about Jon Moxley / Dean Ambrose talking negatively about WWE after he left the company, like trashing the product, really. So, anyway, stay real, people. I love you. It's been TJ's Take, episode 38. Peace out.